Okay, so let's see. On watch, we have BTCS, ADGI, ISPC, and there's one more. I could watch FATH today, but I'm just not feeling like trading this one after yesterday. I immediately after I took the trade, I knew like right away, like what am I doing? So I do appreciate you guys calling me out on it in the comments, though. Um, it's funny because I already knew I was gonna get called out on it because even I knew it wasn't a good move, but I just took it anyways. So I definitely agree with the comments there. But I don't know. We don't have too much on watch. ADGI doesn't look terrible. Right now, I kind of want to focus on looking for trends or patterns because I was studying that studying it yesterday, but also a couple days in a row already. Um, I feel like I'm too zoomed in on some time frames, so I can zoom out and actually draw some trend lines or see if I can find any patterns or consistency in the I guess direction in which the trade or the stock's trading. So we'll see how that pans out today. But I'm still not completely familiar with all the patterns or trends. So I'm just gonna be looking out for them. And if I find something I like, then I'll take it. But for right now, nothing's too hot. The majority of the moves happen pre-market, I'd say. ADGI. ADGI doesn't look terrible. It's forming some sort of stair stepping down here is what it looks like, but we'll see if this can actually shift in momentum. If it can get over 7, then for sure I think that looks good. But it has to break over 7 right now. It's just kind of stair stepping down on the 10-minute at least. BTCS popping on the scans. There's a pop on it real quick. I'm not too interested in it. ISPC. Seems like it was forming like a little triangle here. Inverted triangle. Guess right here I could probably start practicing with trend lines. So let's see, we got what looks to me like a triangle there. Jesus, I suck at these trend lines actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really know any patterns. That's insane. After studying it yesterday, I realized how do I delete that? There you go. I realized that I actually don't know too many. Well, I know some patterns, but I don't focus on any other one. I'll drag this out there. That's what I don't like. If I draw the trend line too far, it won't draw it out. That kind of sucks. There, I'd say that's like a wedge or a triangle, inverted triangle. Let's go to Derm. Derm popping on the scans, not doing anything. ADGI. So still stair stepping down here. So we have resistance there. Some more about here, but we have a triangle or inverted triangle, I'd say, or like a wedge, I guess, here. Did it again here. Let's see, BTCS. ISPC. I don't know. Nothing looks interesting. Nothing's popping up. SQQQ. Most likely can't even trade that if I wanted to. ADGI. Yeah, no, nothing is popping up here. BTCS is making like a curl, I guess, but I'd prefer to see this one above VWAP. It's already at 8. It's whole dollar. Let's see if it's gonna reject that level. I do like how it's popping up here. Broke 8, went all the way to 820 there for a second. See if this can actually get above VWAP. Check out the 1 minute, see what's going on here. See if it can hold this range, especially above 8. I'd have to be pretty careful up here, especially if it does break over 850 above VWAP. I'd have to be pretty careful because I already climbed, you know, pretty high here in a couple candles. So if it does break VWAP, I don't want to catch the top, you know, on a downtrend. So I'd have to be very mindful here. A break of 850 would look pretty good though, especially for a break over 9. If it can hold these levels and then break above 9, then this thing can definitely have room up to 10 or 11 even. Let's see, this is some sideways consolidation here. I like this shift in momentum. Hopefully it doesn't pull back below 750. That would really suck. It's pulling back quite a bit right here. Kind of want to see it pick up a little here. Back down to 75. See if we can pop back up to about 80, 90. Well, $90 or $7.90. I mean, if it can pop to 790, the next 1 minute doesn't look too bad. $15 seconds for it to actually do it though. Doesn't look like it's gonna do it. There's 85 on the ask for a second. Can we see? There you go, 87, 88. So next 1 minute open. See if it actually continues to the high side, or if it just keeps consolidating for a bit. So more sideways consolidation wouldn't look too bad. So there's a false break of 8. And there's a false break in general. Let's see if this breaks 750. I wouldn't want it to break 750. I think my 5 minutes stuck. Oh, you know why? There you go, that's why. Jesus. I was gonna say, what happened to my 5 minutes? It's not moving. Okay, so the 5 minute doesn't look super good anymore. Looks like I would have liked it to finish high around 790 so we could see another climb back towards VWAP, but nah. After these two, I guess doji candles, it just didn't look really good. I don't know if that would be considered a doji. That's another thing. I need to work on my terminology and vocabulary with the candlestick patterns because I didn't even know what to call some of these. So I definitely need to look into that too. Go back to ISPC. All right, ISPC. Somewhat of a sideways consolidation. I don't know if this would be considered a flag or a pennant. TKAT hitting the scans. Ooh. TKAT getting halted here. Not sure what the news is on this one. Let's check it out. There is no news on it that I see. Interesting. So BTCS popping back up here. I don't know. This one looks pretty weak. For this one, like, really impressed me, it would have to break 8 on this next candle, and then also hit around 820, finish pretty high, finish above 8 for sure, and then the next 1 minute we could see a break at 835 for a climb to 850. But right now, I don't know, it's not looking very strong. 5 minute needs to break its low, and most likely the 10 minute will too. Doesn't have me too convinced, so let's go to ISPC. ISPC, it's just sideways here. It has some support at 730, but I think it's gonna break. It's kind of forming a flag here, I guess in the 5 minute, but like a bear flag. So I'm pretty sure the next 5 minute that opens is gonna break the low. If this one can't do it, the next one's probably gonna do it. Just because the 10 minutes still needs to break. I mean, the 10 minutes like right there. So if this one was easy to borrow, then I would definitely, you know, probably take a short on it. I would try to at least. Let's go to ADGI. So ADGI is just not there. This one's just going down and down and down. Actually, I checked on Facebook. I drew some trend lines and stuff on Facebook. I don't know. Right now I'm kind of neutral on it. I want to take an options trade on it, but I don't know which direction it wants to head. For a second, it feels, well, it kind of feels like there's a inverted head and shoulders here, but at the same time there's like a huge wedge in the opposite direction. I don't really know where it wants to go yet, so I'm gonna wait for a confirmation, I guess. I'm mainly long on it. I would like to see it long, especially because I'm holding it for long term, but I think that there's a possible chance it can be a short position as well. I need confirmation on either side. So break of 350 for sure would be confirmation. Break of 320 would also be confirmation to the downside. But I don't know. I don't want to catch it too late. So we'll see what that one ends up doing in the next couple days. But earnings is pretty soon. So ISPC, it ended up doing it on that 5 minute. That was a nice flag here, I guess, a bear flag. Looked really good on the 5 minute as well, so that was really nice. Could have definitely taken a trade on it, but it's not easy to borrow. So I'm not gonna bother. ADGI, BTCS. So BTCS popped up again. This one's a little harder to read for me. I don't really know what I should consider this. Five and 10 minute have me a little confused as to what kind of pattern this would be, if there even is one. If not, it's still setting up. I'm just trying to think of what it could be. See if we hit a double bottom here. So low is 59. Low so far is 62. Next 5 minutes gonna open here. A break at 750 would be pretty good for the downside, I'd say. If it could actually break 750 and then break 740, that would look pretty good. But right now, it's kind of having a hard time breaking 760. It's actually climbing back up here above 70. And it's 9:45, so no more trades, I guess. We're just gonna sit and watch, and I'm gonna see if I can find any patterns or see if there's anything I can recognize. If you guys find something, please let me know in the comments as to what it is, or like point out the time, I guess. Like timestamp it so I can understand what patterns showing up, or I can try and figure it out, I guess. Right now, it just seems kind of like this one's kind of wedging here, I guess. The trend line out. So that's what I see in this one so far. It's just that little thing. But I don't know. It could take a little more time. I think personally it's more towards the downside, this one, especially with how all the other stocks are moving today. Seems like it's gonna break lower, but we have to wait and see. Could make a pop here back to 8, and we could possibly see it break even lower. I read something that said the way the trend starts is the way it's going to end. So if it's starting down and then it pops up and it's trading like this, then it's most likely going to finish lower, break lower. So let's say this 1 minute candle actually rips to 8, or if it's just going to break below 760, and then we see a downtrend. Right now it's at 780. 10 minute looks really weak, if I'm being honest. 5 minute doesn't look too weak though. It kind of looks like it feels like this is gonna pop. The reason I say they look weak is because you have a huge red candle here, and then you have a huge inverted hammer. So that's why I'm like, I don't think it looks too strong. So let's see. There's 770. Low of this candle is 66. See if we get the break here. TKAT resumed. Oh, it hasn't resumed yet. It's gonna resume here in the next 2 minutes or a minute and a half. ISPC. I don't know. Doesn't look very promising. Doesn't look like it's gonna get above view up anytime soon. This one doesn't look too bad for a reversal. I don't know. I would probably won't trade it most likely. It's still below view up. But it looks like it's curling here. It's slowing down. all the steam ran out to the downside. I'd say this could have been a candle to buy in on about 620, but we'll see what this actually wants to do. It looks like it's slowing down though. The 5-minute actually looks pretty good for a curl. ISPC, BTCS. So there it's breaking lower. See if it can actually break its low here. If it's just gonna double bottom, I think it's gonna break it. But the low of this candle is 738. So let's just see if we can see some continuation to the downside here. The low of this candle is 745. So that was a nice read, I'd say. It's 44. Next 1-minute candle is gonna open here. See if we get a little push, or if it's just gonna double bottom. TKAT resumed. So technically I already took my one risky trade of the week yesterday, and we all know how that panned out. So so no more risky trades like that. I have to wait for a proper confirmation or proper setup. And that wasn't even worth a risky trade, if I'm being honest. Like, that was not even worth my time. Because as soon as I entered, I knew, like, what was I doing? And then I just wanted it to work out in my direction. My emotions got the best of me there. So I just didn't let go of the position. I just kept holding, like, maybe if it holds 7, or maybe if it holds this level, like, it'll do it. But no, that never happened, obviously. So I clowned myself. That was so bad. I don't know. Go back to ISPC. BTCS. So somewhat of a little flag here before we see some more of a downwards push, I believe. Unless this thing just somehow rips to 780. I think it can break lower though. 5-minute looks weak. 10-minute also looks really weak. Whether it'll continue really far down on the 10-minute, I have no idea. Could possibly hit 7. That'd look pretty good to the downside if it does hit 7. So let's see if this continues a flag or if it's just gonna break lower here. Low of this candle was 736, I believe. Where's it at? 738. So that's the low that it needs to break, and then we could see some more of a downwards push. So here's 43. No, not quite. Seems to be having a real struggle here, breaking lower. So double bottom there at 43. Forty-three needs to break. Once it hits 42, 41, 40, especially the break of 40, I think that thing's going. 43 again. Can we see 42, 41? Taking a little longer. This would make me nervous. So no, not quite the break yet. Let's see if we can do it on this 1 minute. This 1 minute open pretty low. I have confidence in it. 40, there you go. 34, there's the break. Nice. So it broke its low. Now it's going pretty low. Let's see if this can actually reach 7 though. I don't know. With the way that it was trading here, I probably would have just sold in that drop because it's having a hard time breaking lower. So yes, it did break its low by 4 cents, but it's still popping back up to 750 here. It's not really wanting to break lower. It doesn't show a whole lot of strength to the downside. Volume's decreasing here as well. So if this 10-minute pops up to 760, 780, then I would say this is more of a long position because it's just starting to get real weak down here. That's cool. ISPC. Looks like it's somewhat of a flag on the 1 minute here. Stair stepping down. But let's see if this actually continues its downtrend. Oops, wrong one. Okay, if this can break above 740, 750, it would look really good. 735 and then a rip to 750 would actually look pretty good. 5 minutes kind of flagging here. So it looks okay. But again, if the next 5 minute opens pretty low, or this 1 minute continues to break lower, then I'd say it's just a bear flag. Another stair step down, 2 stair steps down, then we see more of a downwards push here. Especially this 5 minute low breaks, which it looks like it wants to. 718 is the low. So far it's holding. And it popped back above 735. Wonder what happened with TKAT. Let's check this one out again. TKAT curling here. 1 minute MACD doesn't look the best. No true setup on TKAT yet. I'd have to go off the 1 minute for a pattern. All right, so ISPC. Another stair step down is what it's looking like. I'd say it's going to continue on a downtrend. Where my next target would be if I was to take a short on this? I don't know. Potentially a break of 7. But if it can't break the low of 720, or if it's having a hard time of breaking the low of 718 area, then I wouldn't even take. I want to wait for that confirmation. If it can break below this level and hold, then that looks pretty strong for a move down to 7. But right now it's kind of just holding the 720 level, so it could just be a higher low, and then you know, a climb back to VWAP. Just depends on what the 5 minute wants to do here in the next 5 minute candle. 5 minute MACD looks like it's curling though. That's what I'm kind of nervous about as well if I was to take a short. BTCS still sideways. So we did get that break, but now it's just sideways. Can't really tell what's going on with this one right now. ADGI. So we did get that curl, but then a rejection, and now it's still on its downtrend. But like I said, it's losing steam here. It's not really breaking lower significantly compared to what it did at open. And this one is easy to borrow. I didn't even realize that. GMVD. Oh, okay. Going on with this one. Nice push there from 350 all the way to 365, 370 now. 75. That's a nice push. $380 now. Wow. So this is the second stock that we see pop up or make a big move after 945. So far it's actually 2-0 right now. We haven't seen anything really pop up at 9 or below 945 from 930 to 945. We haven't really seen any moves happen in that range. So I'd say the best thing to do is just most likely remove that rule and continue trading all the way till 10. Maybe even a little over 10, but in this market right now, it doesn't seem like any moves are happening in the beginning period, at least. It seems like everything's happening pre-market, and I don't trade pre-market. I know a lot of moves happen pre-market. I just sometimes don't have the funds to trade pre-market since it's restricted on margin. So I could trade with a small share size, but I don't know. I don't think it would be worth it. And then I'd probably catch slippage, or I'd probably have to I don't know, it'd be kind of hard to sell pre-market, I'd say, especially if there's not a lot of volume in the stock. I'd be screwed. So let's see what pattern comes out of GMVD here. We had a massive rip, and now it's all the way back down to 350. See if we can pop back up here. We don't want to see a break 350. I'd actually want to see it pop back up to around 370. 360. 61. Can we see 65? 68? Not quite. There's 51 now. So broke its 1 minute low. Has a low open as well. So it doesn't give me too much confidence in this one right now. 5 and 10 minute probably, well, to me they kind of pulled back a little too much. So okay, I think that's it for me today. We're seeing a shift in momentum here is what it's looking like on ISPC. 5 minutes a little weird. 10 minutes also a little weird. But it looks like it's starting to shift its momentum to the long side here. I have a lot of green volume coming on these couple candles, so it's clear that there wants to be a push to the long side, I believe, in this area here. It's been holding this range at 720 for a while, so I don't know. I think this is more towards the long side at this time, but I want to make sure, like, I would need confirmation on both the 5 and 10 minute. This is a long side position, but like I said, it's kind of slowing down here. It's not really making a move lower. It's just kind of sideways. So let's check on BTCS before we leave. ADGI. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and review these trades here, these tapes, so I can go ahead and see if I can find any new patterns or if I can find anything else to start learning how to recognize trends and patterns, and draw trend lines better, obviously. And do things like that. I'm also making new rules on the side in terms of trading higher price stocks and everything. So at the moment I'm getting a lot of things under work, and hopefully I can present them next week or whenever the market starts picking up, and start practicing on these new things. But as for right now, I'm going to go ahead and close up shop. The account's down to 1,300 now, not looking super hot. But I feel that we can make the climb. We just need a better market. Right now is just not the market to be aggressive on. It's kind of just to take profits real quick or short. So whatever comes first, I guess. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow for some more trades.